Hi, welcome back. How are you? Excuse me, I'm still getting used to that new intro. I really need a new intro. Um, I wanted to come on, not to, I know that there are video ideas I have in mind, for example, continuing that how to watch a Star Wars. Maybe I'll get into that later on in this video. Uh, that spoiler ridden, spoiler including how to watch Star Wars. And I have, let me see, what else do I have? Well, in the future, this is something that I've been planning on doing last year. I wanted to explain Dramatica. It's a theory about storytelling. I've mentioned Dramatica before and a bit about how it works. I had planned last year um, to incorporate like videos. You know how that a number of YouTube channels have reactions, like first time reacting to a certain movie, um, and they'll have like a box, a little square. I'm looking at myself. A little square of the movie or a little square of themselves, and then you see the whole movie and you watch the reaction to it. Well, I wanted to do something like that. I've seen a lot of movies. It'd be interesting to do something like that. Maybe you can suggest that I do that in the future. Anyway, I wanted to teach you about Dramatica principles. It's an interesting theory that applies psychology and film and storytelling being in some way, film and television, I'm sorry, film and storytelling being a way in which we understand ourselves as a society and understand ourselves individually. I thought it would be pretty appropriate for this channel. Um, and it would be a way that I could perhaps learn more about Dramatica. I just enjoy teaching about it. Anyway, I figured that I could use clips from various movies to illustrate principles about Dramatica, like, for example, a main character changing or deciding not to change and to keep going down the path that he thinks is best, and how characters solve problems, and general film structure. Um, I had thought about doing that last year. In fact, I planned to do it, and then I had planned to do it last year, and things got in the way. You know, my life got in the way, and I held off. In fact, even doing YouTube for a while. But my earlier YouTube videos had a lot more in them. In the sense that they had an intro and they didn't have an outro. They had an intro, and then they would have an episode title and the video itself and so forth. And I always had something for you to comment on. I would ask you, have you ever gone through this, or have you experienced this? Comment below in the comment section. And I fell away from that. That's why I'm doing this video. I wanted to assess how I'm doing these YouTube videos. They, admittedly, they seem to be a lot of work. I'm not that lazy, believe me, but over time, I figured this was more raw, the way I'm doing it now, just simply turning on a camera, saying hi, and opening right up with what I wanted to talk about. And see, last year when I started this channel, I decided to do this as a topic, you know, assessing oneself and trying to understand oneself better. I decided to devote each video episode to a different topic. And I very much brought up in the documentary style where it's all organized and laid out. Episode 1, this theme, episode 2 about cults, episode 3 about memory, episode 4, whatever. And there were some different ideas that would creep in, and I just decided to do it raw, just turn on the record button and just simply talk. So now I'm reassessing how I'm doing these videos and seeing how I can do them better. All right, so I should mention this before I launch into that. I got this water bottle. Well, actually, before mentioning that, here, let me talk about the video channel I was watching just a moment ago. There's an entertaining video channel. This is just purely voluntary for me. It's an entertaining video channel called Zachary Michael that I've been watching for a while. There's also another one, Rob Squad Reactions. Let me tell you about Zachary Michael. I started watching it based on a documentary, a YouTube documentary about somebody else called Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn puts on entertaining videos. Her main thing is about losing weight, but it became also kind of like a diary, very much a video diary of her life. And so there was a documentary about her, and they showed a little clip from Zachary Michael's channel where he has often watched her videos and simply given a reaction to the videos, sort of in live. Of course, it's chopped down. I mean, it's edited out, but it's basically a live reaction to each video that Amberlynn Reid puts out, and they're very funny. I like the way he laughs. He has I was going to say comical sense of humor. He has very spontaneous, bubbly sense of humor, and I enjoy that. Sometimes I'll put it on just to up my spirits. But I wanted to mention it because I'm assessing these videos here. I'm not getting that many views, although I appreciate, I appreciate the views I am getting. I'm getting more views now than I had been. I checked in and I guess I haven't been putting in, well, I know I haven't been putting in end cards. The end card is something you see at the very end of a video where, a list of other videos in the channel will pop up. You'll see my face pop up. That's what YouTube calls an end card. And I figured that it had been set up. Some of these things in YouTube are set automatic. You can set them in and they are to be automatic. But apparently this isn't, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that the end card hasn't been showing up. So I went through some of the videos recently and added those end cards, and my views went up. They didn't jump up, but I got more views. So I'm going to keep doing that from now on, and I'm looking for other ways in which to improve my channel, my presence. First of all, I mentioned before that I had been a member of Toastmasters. This is an international public speaking group. I haven't been a member in a number of years, but what got me started there was that I had been a member of the Masons, and there's an opening script that all the officers go through routinely. And then there's a closing script, who basically the leader says, "Who are you? I am the treasurer, and I keep records of da 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 da." And it goes through every office. So when it came to me, I didn't consciously do it, but somebody pointed out that I would say a number of times. a certain specific person. So somewhere along the line, I believe he suggested that I join Toastmasters. So I joined, and I got opportunities to speak in front of a group of them, and made conscious efforts to cut out that uhs and ums and so forth. I don't know whether I've devolved or not since then. I'm certainly probably out of practice, and that's one reason why I'm glad I have this channel. Darn it, I'm doing these videos, and my phone goes beep, indicating that some message came in. Um, so I'm trying to see more spontaneous. I'm trying to come across more like I really am. And that's what I appreciate about Zachary Michael's channel. He's very spontaneous. And, you know, I was watching his channel just now and thinking that I sit in a very formal way, and I had uploaded a video not that long ago, maybe, well, I took a nap afterwards. I started watching YouTube and then I fell asleep. That was what my nap was. But so I uploaded a video earlier, and I was thinking about it and thought, well, these other channel hosts are very energetic and captivating, and here I am sitting here talking in front of a camera, actually this time trying to look at that green light where the camera eye is. And I want to seem more lively. I want to get my views up, but I want to make it more entertaining for you. So I thought about assessing or reassessing how I'm doing these videos. Somebody pointed out, somebody who's been watching these videos, I mean, way back, commented that I am conscious of this. I'm not trying to do it intentionally, but I'm conscious of it, correcting myself, or at least adding and saying still too many times. I've got to figure out how to avoid saying There are public speakers who have gotten out of doing This friend pointed out that I will say something, and then mid-sentence I will re-say it, restate it, or correct myself. You've probably noticed it if you've seen my earlier videos. I think it's my writing personality. I think it's because I will write something and I'll choose a better word, a better way of phrasing it. So I'll cross that off and then immediately put in the next word. And this is the way my mind works, my brain works. See, that I did it right then. I said, this is the way my mind works. And just as I'm saying mind works, I thought, should I use brain instead of mind? So it's that filtering mechanism. So I'm conscious of it, and I'll try to work away from that. So that's that's a self-correction, and perhaps some way of being more lively. Now, I wanted to show you this bottle. This isn't how I can improve my my video presentation speaking wise, but I had been wanting to trim my waistline, and I won't be graphic, but I haven't weighed myself, but I think what I'm eating has been helping. I've cut out, for economic reasons partially, I've cut out some foods. I've been doing that. I've been eating that way for quite a while now, and I'm always looking for other ways to slim down. My torso is something like this, and then at the bottom it bulges, around the hip area, it bulges out and then kind of droops down a bit. I don't have a beer belly, and if you look at me, I don't look like the fat type. I just want to get rid of that waistline. And I know that genetics and me being in my late 40s doesn't help. At least doesn't quicken the effects of slimming down. So I'd say in the past few months, I got this. It was something I got at Wegmans. I specifically wanted to get one of these because I think a coworker had one of these that had the times, and I was intrigued by that. It would be helpful. So you can see here, it's a 64-ounce thing, and it gives the times. I didn't know 2,000 milliliter is a little bit over 64 ounces. I didn't know that. See, it's also educational, I guess. Right here. Okay, right here. It gives the times. 9 p.m. Okay, so it obviously would start at the top. 7 a.m. I don't really care about the expressions. It says good morning, and the next one, do it for yourself, keep it going, and so forth. Little words of encouragement. But all the encouragement I've needed, in other words, all the open site, once in a while, I periodically go into the kitchen and go to the refrigerator, and I'll see it sitting there on the countertop, and it's a reminder to take a drink. It goes from it goes from 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and this is a quick way of actually monitoring and making sure that I'm drinking enough water. I didn't realize how much water helps with diet. I just figured that if I cut down on foods, I could slim down, but that's evidently not enough. I know that I need to exercise more. It's tricky being in a small apartment like this. I live in a one-bedroom apartment, and I've got a lot of stuff. But I was doing my online research, as a lot of people now rely on the internet for all their research, and it said what foods will help you lose weight. And I know some of the foods, protein. Right off the bat, I don't eat ice cream. I've switched from ice cream to Italian ice cups for the most part. I love Burn Dairy ice cream, that good half-gallon ice cream. It says founded in 1933, and that's my mom's birth year. But aside from that, the packages still say half a gallon, for a pretty good price. Anyway, I don't eat those really anymore. That's not to say I haven't had one in the past year, or last year I haven't had one or two. But I've consciously decided to switch to Italian ice cups, and something somewhat recently, along the same time that I changed to drinking, incorporating more water. See, I did it again. Incorporating more water into my diet is protein. I figured that the more protein, the more meat you eat, rhymes, more meat you eat, the more you would tend to bulk up. And I didn't want to bulk up. But protein, from my online research, it seems protein is essential to process foods and to develop, I don't know, the ins and outs scientifically, but my impression is that the muscles with protein will begin to process foods faster, and the digestion will be a lot better. If I don't lose weight, at least I'll become healthier, and I'll be able to process the foods a lot more easily, a lot more efficiently, a lot healthier. So let me see. So, all right. So back to how I do my YouTube videos. I want to give a more jovial impression of myself. I don't want it to become too boring. And I thought, who's my audience? when I started this channel, I was much more, I don't want to say I was much more audience aware. I've always been audience aware. I've always been doing these videos with the conscious reminder that you're out there, and I don't want to bore you. I don't want to make it a channel where I have videos that only I am interested in watching. But I also feel more comfortable making these videos in a raw state like I am now, and not the way I had been doing them when I started this channel, which was in a more formal way, in which I would lay out, okay, this is the topic for this episode. The next topic will be done in a video next week, and setting that schedule. I want to produce more videos, and I found that I have been producing more videos more frequently because I just turn on the camera and just start recording. Maybe I'll be able to incorporate those ending credits and beginning credits sometime soon. I want it to look professional. But at the same time, I want to seem entertaining. I mentioned another channel, Rob Squad Reactions, and there they have something that's a little bit, one leg up on me, which is that it's a couple. There are two people reacting, and they can be able to play off of each other. I don't have that, so I'll figure out my own way of being more animated. Zachary Michael seems to do it very well, and I can probably think of other channels with hosts that do it very well. So thank you if you've seen my past videos. I don't know what you think about them. Am I that stiff? Do I come across that stiffly in my past videos? I hope not, but I hope you'll appreciate, I hope you'll be entertained. Here, I'm doing these videos for you. I hope you'll be entertained by the new ways in which I'm changing and making it more entertaining. Let me see. Is there something else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. I think I'd better cut it short. Literally, it's about 22 minutes, and as always, if you like the content, I talk about, in these videos, I talk about understanding yourself better. I talk about various things in the universe that I find interesting, things that, philosophies and new ways, new perspectives into the universe. Like I'm talking about how to watch Star Wars, interesting ways in which Star Wars parallels our history, and the way the mind works. I did a video way back about the Myers-Briggs personality types. There are 16 of them laid out, and I haven't done the test, but I just went through. The test seems to be very expensive, but I just looked at all the different personality types and just pinpointed ENFP, which is extroverted, intuition, feeling, perception. ENFP. And that type seems to be artistic, seems to be creative, and it just seemed to fit me to a T. So do your own research. Go on, do a keyword search, and put in personality types, and then look for the ENFP. And that should, you'll learn more about me just simply doing that. I also did one about generational archetypes. Strauss, I forget his first name. I forget his partner's, his author partner's name. But there are several books. There's, by these two authors, there's The Fourth Turning, and there's the 13th Generation, I believe, and then there are a few other books. They came up with this 4-generation archetype pattern, where it's no, it's prophet, depending on where you start, it's nomad. Well, no, it's prophet, nomad, hero, artist, and it goes back to prophet, nomad, and those are archetypes of generations in sequence, and then the pattern repeats, and then the members in that in each generation, when they reach adulthood, make an impact on society. And so you have four phases in a culture or society that you can see in history, and then the cycle repeats again. So that's another thing I did a video on earlier. Let me see. So the personality types and the generational archetypes. I've talked a bit about storytelling in film, and Dramatica, of course, and it's about it. So I'll end this video and I'll come up with a better opening and better closing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.